Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. In this video, we're gonna talk about critics saying that Cardi B is walking in Nicki Minaj's shadow once again by copying Nicki Minaj past BET performance. Let's talk about it because I did in fact look at both performances, and while you can tell that, yeah, there seems to be some resemblance, but if I have to be honest and say she copied, um, Nicki Minaj, I don't think it's a full-on copy that people are making it out to be. I find, Cardi B's, rendition or version to be more comical, more playful, and when I look at the makeup, the hair, the costume that Cardi B was in, do you know, like back in the days when RuPaul used to do that good drag racing, and the drag racing queens, they would be just coming out and they would pour their soul into it and they would give it their all. They would give it their everything. That is what Cardi B's outfit, hair, makeup, and performance was given. When she ran to that, like she got off the bike and then she ran on the stage, she fired the little gun. It was given a bit of a circus moment for me, right? And as such, when you look at that versus what Nicki did, for me, I see two different worlds. I don't know about anyone else, but I see two different worlds. And I don't know. I get it. I get that a lot of the Barbs are young. And I get that we see things through different lenses, and I get that art is subjective, but I believe that we should not, be quick to attribute one artist to another, even though I must admit there's so much evidence that Cardi B does in fact emulate Nicki Minaj. There's a lot of evidence suggesting it. And while her BET Awards performance definitely bore some resemblance, it just gave more of drag, like more in the drag world. It was playful, it was colorful, it wasn't serious, in my opinion. And then when I looked at Nicki's performance, it was more raw, it was more authentic, it was more fierce, it was more edgy. It gave art, it gave performance, it gave artists, it gave theater. And Cardi B was like, we're in the theaters, but it's just that she's on a different side of the playing field. But I believe I know what Cardi B did here, Maybe not Cardi B, but her team directly or whoever is in charge of her. I believe that they definitely played into getting as close as possible to recreating that Nicki Minaj moment, because if they just did something and there's nothing to attach it to, who's gonna remember it, right? Because as I've always said, Cardi B is a performer. She's gonna always perform, but I don't see her as an artist, right? Whoever Cardi B has doing the hair and the costume and the makeup, they always get that pat down to the T. And the hair, the costume, and the makeup is a major part of Cardi B's performance, right? While with a Nicki Minaj, she doesn't have to rely on the hair, the costume, and the makeup because her craft comes naturally to her. It's natural. She's multifaceted, multi-talented, very versatile, very skilled in her field, and she can do an impromptu and make it look seamless at any given moment. While Cardi B, it has to be more planned, more rehearsed, and more structured. If not, you could tell that it doesn't make Cardi B happy. It makes her miserable and it makes her throw a tantrum, right? So I believe that you all need to do like what, the Beehive does, even when they think someone is copying Beyonce. The Beehive just leaves it alone because guess what? Nicki's the queen. She will always be copied. And that's what queens do. The queen give life to all the other people who are after her. So it's not a big deal if Nicki has given life to Cardi B. Because whether Cardi B wants to admit it or not, Nicki's career has helped to mold and shape who Cardi B is. It has helped to influence Cardi B's career, just as though other female artists before Nicki has helped to mold and shape Nicki's career. That's just how the cycle is. So, I don't see the two as being, the same thing. While it bore some similarities, Cardi B was given more of this is just for fun. Nicki was given I'm serious about my shit, that Erica Badu, I'm an artist. I'm serious about my shit. That is what Nicki was given. Cardi B brought back the memory of the core of what, drag used to be when it was really, really, really good. Not saying that it's bad, no, but it's just that we're not finding that passion and that creativity when it comes to, the drag queens. But I only saw a snippet of it because, to be honest, I think the world is just done with these awards. How performative and how everything is just fake and awards is just being acted out and something is happening with the industry. It is changing. We're not seeing much art, with the show. And I have observed that ever since, one of the biggest person that they've robbed in the industry is Rocky. When you look at Rocky's music, Rocky's body of work and how he has rarely ever been recognized, you just know. When you look at Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, and the list goes on, you know that the industry is just as it is. It's just as. And it is what it is. The industry is just not giving what it used to give. And a lot of people have just tapped out of it. A lot of people have grown away from it. And to be honest, I think entertainment on a worldwide scope is changing and people are choosing to do more with their life because you can't control the awards, but you can control you. So why not control the only thing you can control? Right? It would be good to see some people in the industry who have the zest, the love, like a Doja Cat, like a Nicki Minaj, people who are truly talented, artistic, creative to their core. I'm not saying that Cardi B has no talent. I'm just saying she's not an artist. She is an entertainer. And that's just how I see it. For me, she will never be in the rap category, but for someone else, they have different tastes. I'm from a place where music is the heart, the mind, and soul of the people. And I don't hear music as most people do. When I lay down and I hear that little one key, when I hear that little one instrument that brings the entire body of work together, that one little note that just makes your nerve ending dance, trickles down your spine, that electrifying feeling. I love music. And as such, I don't consider everything to be music. Whether it's dancehall, reggae, hip hop, rap, no. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. Just as though in my culture, some people, you will never be dancehall for me. It's the same thing with hip hop. For me, CardiB will never be rap for me. Like every time I go back and I hear a Eve, when I hear a Little Kim, when I hear a Nicki Minaj, it makes you really miss what rap is. And then you hear a Glorilla and you're like, it is still there. It is still there. It is still there. So, shout out to people like Glorilla. She may not be awarded or recognized, but you know what she is doing? She's carrying the roots, the true core essence of what hip hop should sound like. Hip hop doesn't have a fixed look, but we know hip hop has a sound, it has a flow, it has a rhythm, it has a frequency, and everyone's style in hip hop is different. For me, Cardi B is just not it, and that's okay. For someone else, Cardi B is that girl, and that too is okay. And that's all I have to talk about in this video, honey. Peace.